Morocco on my way to Senegal. I traveled using Air Senegal. I think the flight was about 200 and something dollars. I'm always happy when I have safe flights, and I did have a safe flight. Senegal Airport. Let me hear you say thank you, Lord. Let me hear you say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I'm at my second stop. I'm in Senegal, Dakar, and I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I came to Senegal to see this African Renaissance monument, and it was worth it. I have came up 162 steps thus far. You know, I thought I was in shape. I am in shape. I just got to take a break. I'm 43 years old. But anyways, I'm at 162, and I'm going to make it up. I counted 199 steps. I'm not sure. I could have missed a few. I arrived at Goree Island. I wasn't sure what to expect, but when I did get there, it seemed like a very peaceful island until I went to the door of no return. It was a very emotional experience. I can't even really put into words of how I felt. There was a group of people that I met before boarding the boat to come over. They were basically so kind to me, so consoling to me, but I was just having a moment. And the moment was, I'm with a group of people, and this group of people, everyone knew where they were from, okay? And me, as a Black girl living in America, I have no clue of where I'm from. And that alone was very emotional for me. And, they took me up under their wings. They told me it was okay. You're home. They welcomed me. And it was just the best experience ever. So my first round at Goree Island, it was very emotional. To the point where I couldn't even take it all in at that time. So the next following week, I ended up going again. So I went to Goree Island twice on this trip to Senegal. This is the door of no return. My battery is about to die. I just wanted to show you all how they did us. It was so bad. So they had us in rooms like this. Our backs were up against the wall, necks chained, hands chained. This is where the infants were. I'm gonna have to come through really quick, guys, because my phone is about to die. But I just had a real emotional breakdown. Like, these bastards did us so bad. And when you're actually here and see how it is, oh my gosh. So this was the room where they had the virgin girls, okay? This is where they had the, I forgot what he said. Oh, this is where they had the men that were not 60 kilometers yet. They fed them yams and something else to kind of buff them up. This is probably where I would have been at. This is when you are acting unorderly, okay? This was the men's side. This was the women's side. You notice the women have freaking 2 windows. That's the door of no return. Ships came in there, the waiting room. Once they took the slaves off the boat, these were the waiting areas. They stacked them up in here as 4 of these. The man said that the Pope had the nerve to come here and give an apology. Y'all should have been doing that when it was going down. Okay, here is where they held the women to breastfeed their kids. I forgot what he said about this room. Oh, this was the room when you got out of order. They will put you up against this wall and beat the hell out of you. Right there. This is where it all went down. There's a lot of blood splatter here. They're actually doing construction upstairs. So basically they had the slaves down here and the white folks, Frenchmen, Portuguese, whatever, stayed up here. Okay. Well, y'all, that's that. My phone is about to die. I'll get a quick picture later. Y'all, this is crazy. Just to be here. Like I said, this was where the ship came in. This is the door here. And they dispersed us everywhere. Everywhere. I'm over here in freaking Africa. I thought that I would be learning tribal languages. A lot of these black people speak French. Okay? They just stripped our whole identity. And the thing is, a lot of black Americans, y'all be talking about y'all ain't African, y'all ain't this. Shame on you. We all came from here. This is the motherland. Y'all need to stop letting the media just wash your brain. It's ridiculous. This is where we came from. Your ancestors endured all of this. Your children. Got to do better. Just imagine your neck chained, arms chained, stuffed up in rooms like this. This is where they had y'all babies at. Kind of like what Trump doing to the Mexicans, huh? This is very emotional. I already didn't cry because they told They tried to calm me down, but it was just a little bit too much. Because a lot of them, they know where they from. I don't know where I'm from. I don't know if I'm Nigerian, from Ghana. I have no idea. Well, this is enough for now. Heels and oh my God. Cute. So gorgeous. I wasn't supposed to be out here on this bike, but young folks got me out here. But it was a nice ride. It was a nice ride. This is the crew. Look at the crew. Look at the crew. Say hi. I'm in Senegal, y'all. So, it's kind of the same setup in Atlanta. is the Fashion Africa TV station. This is so bomb. Like, I've been watching this all day. Well, not all day, but half the day. Well, that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm very grateful for you tuning in. You can be doing so much with your time, and yet you chose to watch my little video. Senegal was everything that I thought Africa should be. It really was. I was welcomed by everyone. I am a solo traveler, so I go everywhere alone basically because I have the freedom to do all the activities and things that I want to do freely. Now, I've also traveled with people. I used to travel internationally with one of my good girlfriends. Um, but due to, a few situations, she doesn't travel as much, so I still be rolling. But from here, my next stop is going to be, I booked my next ticket for Johannesburg. So I have a layover in Kenya. So I take advantage of layovers, okay? I mean, I can go 28 hours, 32 hours, 48 hours for layover, because having a day tour or a couple days in a country is also good too, if you can swing it. One thing about travel is you have to be patient. If you don't have the patience, wait until you get the patience before you start, going places, because it does require patience. So I'm on my way up out of Senegal. I was only supposed to be here a week, so 7 days. I loved it so much, I stayed for 2 weeks. Accommodations in Senegal is expensive, especially if you don't have it planned out. I was only supposed to stay, like I said, 1 week, and I stayed at a hotel, which was pretty pricey. It was about the same rate as you would pay in the US. So I went from there to an Airbnb, and it cut down on cost a little bit, but it was still expensive. So definitely be prepared when it comes to accommodations when you come to any African country, because sometimes it's hard to find accommodations that fit your comfort. So if you want hot water, you're going to pay a little extra. It is hot in Senegal. I was showering with cold water because I was so hot. So I got accustomed to certain things. I would also like to share for my bookings, I generally used booking.com for hotel accommodations. I booked my initial travel ticket from the US to Morocco. That was a round trip ticket through, I believe, cheaptickets.com. Once I got to Africa, I booked within 5 days. So either 4 or 5 days before travel. Right. So it wasn't, I didn't plan it. I just kind of went, I went along with how I felt. basically. And I used Cheapo Air to book while I was actually in the continent. So Cheapo Air, basically what I would do, check out some tickets on Cheapo Air, and then I would go to the actual the air carrier site. So if it was Ethiopian Air, Kenya Air, Royal Maroc, Air Senegal, I would go to their site and compare the prices with Cheapo Air. And then whoever gave me the best price, I went along with it. So that's how I booked my airfare. I also booked, my accommodations maybe a couple days before I was flying out. So none of it was planned. I went with the flow. In the next video, I'll share a little bit more about finances and how I was able to do certain things. But the purpose of this whole trip was because I deserved it. Okay? At 43 years old, working all my life, I just, like Nike said, just do it. And I just did it. I had been to Africa before, maybe 9 or 10 years ago. I went to Nigeria, but I didn't really get the full experience during that visit. So I knew, I'm gonna have to go back to Nigeria again as well, because it's been so many years ago. I want to go back and get the full African experience this time. But until then, I wanted to start my journey from the top of Africa and then go down to the south. So I'm headed down south, and I'll keep you guys updated on how the journey is going. Tune in next time, and I thank you so much.